So today we have Adding Subtracting Two-Digit Numbers by Dawn Nesteroff and me, Nicole Alanick. So students will learn the process of addition and subtraction with two-digit numbers. They will learn through examples and practice problems. And this lesson is meant for mainly students in second grade, so that's ages 7 to 8. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to add two-digit numbers with other two-digit numbers and subtract two-digit numbers with other two-digit numbers. Now, let's stop here for a second. If you can't solve these one-digit addition and subtraction problems, then this video is not for you, and try looking at one-digit addition and subtraction. So, 5 plus 9 is, that's right, 14. 8 plus 2 is, that's right, 10. 6 plus 9 is 15. 8 minus 2, 6. 7 minus 4, 3. And 6 minus 1, 5. If you got all of these right, then you can keep going and watch our video. Now we're going to start with addition without regrouping. So the first step is to set up your problem. So our example today is 25 plus 31. So you're going to put 5 and 1, which is your ones digit on the right side, and 2 and 3 on the left side, which is your tens digit. Then for step 2, you're going to add up the numbers in the ones digit. So that's 5 and 1, remember? So it's 5 plus 1, 6, and you put that right under it. And then step 3, add up the numbers in the tens digit, which is the 2 and the 3 on the green, would be 5, and you put that right under it to get a total of 56. Now, you're going to pause now and take a couple of minutes to try solving these problems before you move on. I'm going to assume you pause the video, and now we'll go over them. So first, we're going to start with 54 plus 41. So 4 plus 1 is 5, and 5 plus 4 is 9, so it should be 95. Now 74 plus 10. 4 plus 0 is going to be 4, because 0 is nothing, it's just the same as 4. Then 7 plus 1 is 8, so it should be 84. Now 16 plus 31. So 6 plus 1 is 7, and 1 plus 3 is 4, so it should be 47. If you got all of these right, then you can keep going to the next lesson. Now we have addition with regrouping. For here, we have our steps on the left side: set up the problem, add the numbers in the one digit and regroup, and add the numbers in the tens digit. Here is a short video explaining how. So the example problem is 27 plus 45 with 7 and 5 in the one digit and 2 and 4 in the tens digit. So the first step is to add the number in the ones digit, which is 7 plus 5, and that equals 12. Good job. But you see, 12 can't go under there because that's a two-digit number, and we can only put one digit under there, right? So you're going to put the 2 there under the ones digit, and put the 1 on top of the tens digit, and add back to the tens digit. So it'd be 4 plus 2 plus the 1 you add up there, because you're adding it to the other side. And that'll get you 7. So therefore, your answer is 72. Now we're going to pause again and take a couple minutes to try solving these problems, and if you can, then you can move on to the next lesson. I'm going to assume you pause the video now, and I will go over them with you now. So 8 plus 4 is 12, right? So you're going to put the 2 under there, and then add the 1s to the tens digit, which would be 1 plus 1 plus 1, so it should be 32. Good job. Now we have 24 plus 16. So do 4 plus 6, which is 10. So you put the 0 in the ones digit and plus the 1 on top of the tens digit, so it'd be 1 plus 2 plus 1. So that would be 40. Good job. Now 11. 27 plus 23. So 7 plus 3 is 10 once again. So you put the 0 here under the 1 digit and the 1 on top of the 10 digit. So it'd be 1 plus 2, which is 5. So it'd be 50. Good job, guys. If you got these right, then keep on going.
Okay, so now we're going to learn how to do two-digit subtraction without regrouping. So first, let's look at our steps. Step 1 says to set up the problem. So if we look at our example, that means that the ones digits have to be lined up on top of one another. See how the 7 in 27 is lined up over the 5 in 15. And we got to make sure our tens digits are lined up also. So the 2 in 27 is lined up directly over the 1 in 15. Also, for subtraction, you have to remember the bigger number goes on top of the smaller number when you're subtracting. So if I'm subtracting 15 from 27, 15 goes on the bottom of 27, the way it's set up in the example. All right, let's go on to step 2. Okay, so it says to subtract the numbers in the ones digit. So we see in the ones digit, we have 7 over 5. So when we subtract 5 from 7, we get 2. All right, let's look at step number 3. Here it says to subtract the numbers in the tens digit. So we have 2 minus 1. And when we get that, it equals 1. So our final answer is 12. Before moving on, pause and try these on your own. Okay, I'm going to assume you paused and got these answers on your own. So let's check them. First, number 7, we subtract in the ones place 5 minus 5, and we get 0. And then we subtract 1 from 3, and we get 2. So the answer should be 20. Now number 8. 3 minus 1 is 2, and 5 minus 3 is also 2, so we should get 22. Now, number 9. So we subtract 5 from 8, we get 3, and now we look at the tens place, there's nothing there, right? So when there's nothing there, we know that that means the number there is 0. So when we do 2 minus 0, we get 2. So the answer is 23. If you got these right, then keep on going. All right, now we're going to try subtraction, but this time with regrouping. So let's look at our first step. Same thing, set up the problem. So we look at our example. Are the ones digits lined up on top of each other? Yup. Are the tens digits lined up on top of each other? Yes. And we have the bigger number on top for now? Yes, we do. So that means this problem is set up and ready to go. So first, we're going to try to subtract the digits in the ones place. So we're going to try 2 minus 5. But wait a minute, 2 minus 5, we don't know the answer to that yet. So we're going to have to find another way to get that answer. We can do 4 minus 2, right? So we got to take 1 away from the 4. So 4 minus 1 is 3. And when we take 1 away from the 4, we're going to give it to the 2. So it turns into 3, and 2 turns into 12. And you might be asking, why does 2 turn into 12 when 2 plus 1 is 3? And that's because the 4 is in the tens place, not the ones place. So really, when we're taking 1 from 4 to give it to the 2, we're taking 10. And what's 10 plus 2? 12. That's right. So now we can do 12 minus 5, right? And you get 7. So we put 7 in the ones place, and now we can subtract the tens place. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we get the 1 in the tens place, and when we put it together, we get 17. Now, I know this was kind of confusing, so if you have to, feel free to go back and listen to this example again. If not, let's pause for a second and try these on our own. Okay, I'm gonna guess that you paused and tried these on your own, so let's look at them. So first, we have 80 minus 25. So we know you cannot take away 5 from 0, right? So we have to borrow from the tens place. So when we borrow from the tens place, our 8 turns into a 7, and we give the 1 to the 0, making it 10. 10 minus 5 is 5, and 7 minus 2 is also 5. So we get 55. Now let's look at 33 minus 26. So same thing, we can't do 3 minus 6, so we have to borrow from the tens place. So 3 turns into 13, and we do 13 minus 6 in the ones place, and we get 7, and now our 3 in the tens place turned into a 2, right? And 2 minus 2 is 0. So you get just 7. All right, last one. Let's look at 37 minus 19. So we can't do 7 minus 9, so we have to take 1 from the tens place, and when we borrow from the 3, our 7 turns into 17, and our 3 turns into a 2. So 17 minus 9 is 8. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So the answer is 18. Okay, if you got these right, then we can keep on going. Okay, so now we have the appendix. If this video seemed a little bit confusing, you can look at any of these 3 links, and these can give you other people explaining how to do the addition and subtraction. The 4th bullet point will take you to a website where you can practice all you want with various different worksheets. About the authors, part 1. So this is Nicole. She taught you guys addition of 2-digit numbers. She's a senior in Pembroke Pines, Florida, and she loves history and psychology. If you have any questions about addition, feel free to email Nicole at the email she provided. And this is me. I'm Donna, and I live in Cooper City, Florida. My favorite subjects in school are definitely math and science, and I also love to dance. And if you have any questions about subtraction, feel free to email me at that email. All right, thanks for watching.